What's going on, everybody? This is Moses Working,
And this is Moses Turner.
and this is the Moses Podcast.
No biblical shit.
You know it. We back for episode number 14.
14.
All right, we rolling them out like usual. So we keeping it going. So thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate you.
And as always, like, listen, and subscribe. As much as you listen, that's as much as we gonna pull it out.
Yeah.
Well,
Yep.
push them out anyway.
Push
Still
them,
didn't
whatever.
sound wrong. Still didn't sound right.
Who cares? Same difference. Same thing. You know what? I don't like that term, same difference. Unless it really means same difference.
Right.
Like, people say that. No, I just be like, yo,
But
that's not the
how?
same difference.
Right.
Like I'm like, yeah, same difference. No. I don't know. I'm too literal.
Same with me.
I'm a jerk sometimes, I guess. I don't mean to be, but like, certain stuff just bothers me. You can't just say stuff and get away with it around me. Because I actually think I'm one of those dudes that uses my brain. But whatever. How your week been, Turner?
My week's been pretty good. It's kind of funny because a lot of people think that I'm trolling. I discovered on Facebook that when you have a discussion about something and you talk about a person that someone likes, a fan gets pissed off. Like really, really pissed off. We had a conversation about cultural appropriation on a group that's on Facebook called Audio Blurs.
Uh-huh.
For the people who don't know what a blurred is, it means black nerd. But anyway.
Yeah, I think I left that group. I think I was in that group. That's a Facebook group, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I left that group.
So the question was, what do you think is cultural appropriation when it comes down to music? So everybody had their whole explanation, and pretty much what my explanation is cultural appropriation is where you use a certain type of music, you're profiting off of that certain type of music,
right?
But you're not living that lifestyle that certain type of music brings you. Not saying living that lifestyle like, oh, it's money, bitches, weed, stuff like that. No, nothing like that. But what I'm saying is, say you're singing soul music.
Yeah.
You never really listen to soul music. You never really represented it. It's just something that you know that you're going to get paid for because you know that not that many people do it.
Right.
Or not that many people of your background do it.
See, to me, I ain't gonna cut in, but like, I think they just changed the term. I mean, they gave the work, because that used to be, as far as I know, that used to be called a culture vulture.
Right.
And they just called it cultural appropriation.
Right.
Why did they?
Right. To make it more PC, it's cultural appropriation.
No. Still a culture vulture.
There is still a culture vulture. So, of course, the question is, who are your examples of culture vultures? So I said it, and I'm probably going to piss a lot of people off, but I said Justin Timberlake.
Justin Timberlake. All right. You think he? I don't know. I don't know if I follow that. Go ahead and finish.
All right. Basically, here's my one reason why I'm just going to say it. Super Bowl 2001. No, not 2001.
The Janet Jackson one?
That's it. Nipplegate.
Nipplegate.
Everybody wants to say Justin apologized for what he did. If you actually go back and listen to his little apology, and I'm saying this in air quotes because I know y'all can't see me. If y'all listen to his apology on the Grammys, he never apologized for what he did. He apologized that the incident happened. So basically, all he apologized for was being embarrassed. He never took responsibility for what he did. He never actually said, hey, I was in this too, so I should get half of the blame. All he did was apologize for the incident. And Janet was the one who caught the brunt of the punishment. Every album Janet had after, boycott. Each and every one of them. 20YO, boycott. Demeter Joy, boycott. Discipline, boycott.
Hmm. I don't know, man. I guess yeah, he could have put the band-aid on it just by saying, "Oh man, I'm sorry, I pulled on her shirt or
Well,
her
no,
top."
see, that's the problem. He did put the band-aid on it. He put the band-aid on it by saying that he apologized for the incident instead of actually taking responsibility for what he did.
So explain to me then how that relates to being a
Then,
a cultural appropriator.
all right, well, let's be real. He's making music that normally black people would make, and then as soon as he got into some trouble that black people would normally get into for the music that he represented, he threw a black woman under the bus.
So you don't think that that's part of his team, or that maybe that is the way he just makes music? Do you think that if he didn't have a team, like if he didn't start out with Timberland, like, do you think he would have ever come
I mean, let's
across
be real.
like that flavor?
He didn't really start out with Timberland.
Yeah, I mean, he started out in the group shit.
Right. He was a cookie cutter. He was a cookie cutter pop band. Then he talked about how he was never really that. It never really fit him. He was more into this because he was raised in the woods, but he was more into the street lifestyle. Talked about how how NSYNC never really fit him. So he was doing more music that fit him. But as soon as something came up to where he could be in trouble representing the music that quote unquote fit him, he backed away and never said anything about it.
Okay.
And never took any responsibility.
All right. See, now, don't take this as me defending him. I'm just,
Oh no, I understand.
I'm just playing ping pong here. So it's like, all right. So here's my thing. Here's the way I think about what I know of, at least about Justin Timberlake, or way I interpret it. He started out in the boy band,
right,
and that was his foot in the door, basically.
Right.
So when you look at people in that genre, whether it's boy band or singer, period, how many of them come out doing what they want to do, as opposed to doing what your team is directing you to do? So then after you get more popular and get more money, then they start sounding more like themselves, right?
Right.
And they start putting out more music that reflects who they are as a person, or how they always felt, but just couldn't put it out because they weren't popular enough. So now that I got my foot in the door, I'm going to sing about what's close to me, right?
Right.
So, or sing how I feel most comfortable, as opposed to that guided first coming onto the scene type of music when you first hear a new artist.
Right.
So what I'm trying to say is, when he's first come out, he's in this group, and then the group broke up because they got enough money to break up, right? So now you're not scared to say what you want to say anymore.
Right.
So I think that cultural appropriation version of Justin Timberlake that you might mention is more of actually him.
Right, but see, this is the difference. Mm-hmm. If this music is what you want to get into, you want to get into soul music, you know exactly what it entailed.
Right.
So you knew if something went wrong and a soul singer was doing it, they're automatically getting in trouble.
Or replaced.
Right, or replaced. Period. They end up becoming scrutinized, alienated against, everything. This is the music that you chose to be in.
Right.
As soon as one mistake happened, that was a complete accident. Mm-hmm. Not once did you say, I'm sorry that I actually helped make this accident. You were sorry that it actually happened. So you wasn't sorry that you did it. You were sorry that you were embarrassed by it. All right. That's the difference.
I get it.
Then I shouldn't say that's my sole reason, because I'll pull up this year's Super Bowl as well. where he was covering Prince, right?
Yeah.
Right.
On a side note, that Prince tribute was dope. I thought it was dope. They turned the whole city purple
Right.
when
Turned the
they
whole city
in
purple,
that pan out.
and it lit this, and it got the city lit because it was in Minneapolis. Prince is from Minnesota,
Right.
So yeah, it did good for what it was supposed to do.
Right. It was purple, Vikings, and all of that. Yeah, that was dope. All right, go ahead, continue.
But back in 2000, I'll say 2007. When did Sexy Back come out?
Somewhere around there, yeah.
Yeah, 2007. All right, so back in 2007, he makes Sexy Back. Somebody asks Prince, how do you feel about Justin Timberlake bringing Sexy Back? Basically a joke question. And Prince said, well, while I like the song, Sexy never left. Why did that piss Justin Timberlake off to the point where he made a diss track with Timbaland about Sexy never leaving?
I guess I missed that episode.
Right. He made a diss track to Prince. It's a whole song. Justin Timberlake, Timbaland, and Nelly Furtado. Don't ask me who Nelly Furtado was beefing with. I don't fucking know. But Timbaland was beefing with Scott Storch. I still don't know why it was Scott Storch neither. I don't know why. I guess Scott Storch worked for him. Scott Storch was probably talking shit, and Timbaland just answered him. But then Justin Timberlake was beefing with Prince, talking about if Sexy never left, why is everybody on my dick? He kept going. He was attacking Prince. Wow. That beef was never settled before Prince died.
Oh, so
not at all.
So that's kind of like a spit in the face, low key.
Exactly.
All right. I didn't know that. I didn't know that section of the story. I never followed. I mean, R&B beef doesn't really sound real to me. I don't know.
It doesn't because it doesn't sound real because it's singers. It's two singers beefing.
Yeah.
So this is the same. But anyway, this is. Oh, by the way, this episode is fueled by Captain Morgan Cannon Blast.
Yeah. Shout out to the captain. As many of our episodes are fueled by Captain Morgan.
This has a little nice cinnamon flavor to it. I suggest you go to a store and pick one up.
Yeah, whatever.
But anyway.
I mess with Captain. All right. So yeah, I didn't know that. But
right, but yeah, you're right. With R&B beef, it's with singers. You don't think of singers as tough. So when you hear that R&B,
wait, I don't think of Prince as tough. I mean, he was dope, but I didn't see him as well. I mean, I don't know because I mean,
yeah, of course you don't know these people personally.
Yeah.
But when you hear a singer, you don't really think of them as tough.
Right.
Like, come on, do you really look at Chris Brown and go, I think he might whoop my ass if he sees me?
No.
Exactly.
Because I got so much more to say. So you have to mention him. All right, no.
No. Too much.
Yeah.
But hold on.
I won't elaborate.
Now let's change the singer. Do you look at Neo and go, yeah, I don't want to cross him in a dark alley. I think he'd whoop my ass.
No.
Right. Don't know the man, but you just don't think that you're going to get your ass whooped by Neo.
Right.
Or you don't think that you're going to get your ass whooped by Usher. That's why nobody really pays attention to R&B beef, because it's just like...
We don't see y'all as tough.
Right.
All right. I get it. Well, my week's been all right. It's been a strange week. It's been a strange week for me. Like, what happened first? I mean, I got cussed out by a homeless chick in the hallway of my job, and I was really nice to this lady. Like, I was overly nice to this lady, and she snapped on me, and it made me mad because I went out. I literally took a deep breath before I talked to her and everything.
Right.
Put my customer service hat on, and was just all right. So here's the story. All right, so I'm at a meeting, and everybody's, talking and goofing around before the meeting. And I look down the hallway, and there's some chick down there, down at the end of the hallway, sitting in a chair, slumped over the chair as if she's sleeping, with her phone in the wall jack, and is sitting on her lap. So I look at one of my coworkers, and she looks at me. I was like, I got this one. Don't worry about it. So she's like, all right, Mo. So she went in the room. I walked down the hallway. I leaned over to her. I leaned over to get to eye level, and I was like, "Hey, hello. Excuse me, ma'am." And she ain't say nothing. I was like, "Hey, excuse me." She's like, "What?" I was like, "Hey, look, we're about to have a meeting, and we can't have you, down here sleeping in the hallway. You're gonna either have to, and the building's closed, so the library's closed. So if you're not here for the meeting, you have to leave the building." She's like, "I'm not breaking any laws, am I?" I was like, "Well, I mean, if you want to get technical about laws, you're trespassing, but
Not to
or
mention
or
loitering.
loitering." That's what I meant to say. You're not if you want to get all technical, you're loitering, but I mean, it's not that serious. I mean, all I want to know is if you can just not appear to be, sleeping in the hallway. If you want to sit here and charge your phone, that's okay with me. And she cut me off, and she's like, "So who the fuck are you?" I was like, "Well, I mean, I work here, so technically, I'm an employee of this building, and I'm politely asking you if you can just not appear to be asleep, while we have a meeting going on. We have a lot of important people here. We can't just give off the image that we let people sleep in our hallways. So, what are you gonna do?" And she's like, "I'm not breaking any fucking laws. Fuck out of my face, fucking weirdo." And I was like, "Excuse me."
This is the part where Workman goes berserk.
So at that point in time, I was faced with the decision where I could either say, or I could either snap, and show my Gemini, or just walk away and play it safe, because I had people there. It was a lot of important people there that day. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna walk away. And so I went. My boss was in there in the meeting room. I told her, I was like, "Yo, she's a feisty one. I think we're just gonna have to get her removed by the popo." So we went into the other room. We called the police, because the police are in the same building. We called the police, told them to come up. Like, "Yeah, we got somebody sleeping in the hallway. You gotta tell her to move along. She's not here for the meeting." And at this point, I didn't know she was homeless, so I thought she was just an asshole sleeping in the hallway. So the police come up about 2-3 minutes later, and they're like, "Hey, excuse me, ma'am." They tapped her on her shoulder. She jumped up. "Don't fucking touch me. You don't know me. Don't fucking touch me." And they're like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa. It's not that serious, man. We were just trying to get your attention. All we're trying to do is let you know that someone called. They were a little concerned about you, that you're out here sleeping in the hallway, and this is a place of business. This is a government office. So if you're not here for government business or the library, then you need to leave." She's like, "I'm not breaking any fucking laws. I'm down here charging my phone, and I just want to be left alone. And y'all come down here bothering me. The other guy already told me he can have me removed. So what are you gonna do?" He's like, "Look, if you want to get all technical about the law, like he got
Right.
whatever what I said, you're loitering. So I mean, we could have you arrested, but we don't want to do that." She's like, "Well, fucking arrest me then. Arrest me then."
The fuck?
And we were being as nice as we possibly could,
Right.
So he's like, "Look, man, we're not gonna arrest you. Just leave. Get out. Point blank. Period. Don't say nothing else. Just get out." It's like, "Y'all always try to fuck with somebody. We're just trying to sit. I'm just trying to sit here, man, my own business, charge my phone." And then my boss, right? This is probably my second favorite boss in the world, because if y'all heard last episode, I heard my first favorite boss. This is my second favorite boss, who is currently my boss, or one of them. She's like, "Excuse me, ma'am, you drop a piece of your mail because there was a piece of paper on the floor.
Right.
It didn't even look like mail. She was just being an asshole, right? So she was like, "Ma'am, you dropped a piece of your mail. Please pick it up before you leave." That's not my mail. That was there already. I'm fucking homeless. I don't got no mail.
Wow.
And she looked at me, right? I know this is kind of messed up. She looked at me. We made eye contact, and I knew exactly what she was saying to me just by us making eye contact. She was telling me in her mind telepathically, Mo. Oh man, I can't even say. Well, all right, so that was that. We all
What
right.
is it even going too far by our standards? I mean,
it's going too far.
Damn, even by our standards.
What might have been said telepathically.
Damn,
would have been going too far. So I'll water it down. She looked at me and she said, "Mo, we got to get this crazy lady out of here."
Yeah.
All right. So you can use your own imagination and think of how bad you can make that comment.
Right.
So I just bust out laughing, right? Well, not loud. I turned to the side. I got tears coming out of my eyes, holding in laughter. So I'm like, all right, maybe I should just walk into this meeting room so she doesn't see me walking down as she walks out of the hallway to leave. So she turns to me, and I made the decision. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna stand right here. I'm gonna fold my arms and I'm gonna look her dead in the face as she's leaving. So I got my arms folded and I'm standing
all looking tough and shit.
Yeah, right. I was like, hey, I got a blue army over here. So I'm standing there, arms folded, staring her dead in her face until she walked past me. And she looked me in my face, and she was like, "Fuck you, you fucking fuck." and I had nothing to say, right?
Right.
So I just laughed. So all right, hold on. Let me stop. Let me hold my laugh. So I got my arms folded. I'm standing there in front of the door in a meeting room. She's like, "Fuck you, you fucking fuck." And I was like, that was my laugh. Right? So they follow her, they kick her out the building. And that was it. We went to the meeting room, we had our meeting, and the meeting went on for 2.5 fucking hours. But anyway, that was only like one crazy story this week. The second crazy story was just this morning, believe it or not. All right, so today was a little different of a routine. Like, it's normally the routine. You wake up, you get dressed, you get the daughter dressed, and take her to school, and then I go to work. Well, today didn't happen. She didn't have school today. So I woke up, I got dressed, I went to work, and my wife stayed home because she didn't have school today. So she went to take my daughter to get her hair done or something. And, no. She had parent teacher conference or something. So she took her to school, and then after school she was gonna drop off the baby at daycare, and then drop the car seat off at my car, which was outside of my job. So she calls me when she gets to my job. She's like, "Yeah, I'm outside." So I go outside. I'll take the car seat out of her car and I put it in my car because after work I got to go get the baby.
Right.
So I put the car seat in my car. We said bye. She goes her way, and I'm crossing the street. Right, I'm going back to work. Cross the brick road, and I look to my left, and there's a dude taking a piss against the building.
Wow.
Broad daylight, and I'm like, is he pissing? Like, I had to stare for a minute. I'm like, is he pissing over there, or is he just like doing drugs or something? What is going on? So I'm looking and I'm crossing the street, and then I looked at the wall and there's a wet stain on the wall as if he was squirting something against the wall.
Wow.
And I'm like, yo, this dude is pissing. So I wasn't gonna say anything, right? But then I look further left, and there are kids walking down the street, and he's still pissing. So the kids, luckily, they were on the other side of the street. I don't know if they saw any.
Hopefully, not paying attention, but
yeah, I hope they didn't see any meatball hoagie. But like they looked, and I don't know if he had it zipped up by then or not. But I snapped because I just pictured one of those kids being my daughter, and I snapped. And I was like, "Yo, what the fuck are you doing over there?" And I apologized to the kids because I was swearing in front of kids, but I
Right.
was pissed. I'm like, "Yo, what the fuck? You pissing against the building in broad daylight? There's kids right there. Why are you doing this right here? This is a public building to my right. You can go upstairs and take a piss right upstairs. Why didn't you do that? Like, do you not use your brain or something?" And he looked at me like he was scared, like he thought I was going like he gave me a look like as if I was going to whoop his ass.
Right.
Because that's really what I
He
felt
thought you
like
was going to hit
doing.
him while he was pissing.
I wasn't even close to him yet. I'm still
Right.
like maybe 30 feet away from him.
Wow.
So he's looking at me like a puppy that pissed on the carpet and know that you caught him.
Oh shit.
Like he was looking at me with puppy eyes, like, "Oh my god!" Like that's what he was saying in his head. He did not say a word. He was just staring at me, right? So he starts walking. And I'm like, "What are you, fucking deaf? I know you hear me screaming at you for pissing against the wall in broad daylight across the street from some fucking kids. What is your problem?" And he just kept walking. And he looked back at me. He had the same puppy look on because he got caught pissing. And
Right.
I was like, "Yo, you fucking sicko, man. Keep walking." And then like I felt real tough. I'm not a tough guy, but I said that just so I could feel like a little pumped up when I was going to work because I was
Right.
tired. So that gave me a lot of adrenaline right there. Like I mean, I could have went down and told the cops, but I was like, I don't think they saw any, I don't think they saw any schlong. So I was like, I forget it. Let me just drop it. Let this dude go move along, and that was that, man. Like it's been a crazy week. Dang. We're like 26 minutes in.
Oh shit.
Dang. All right. But yeah, I mean that's just one story. But I did try out I tried out Uber Eats the first time.
Does that work?
Well, no, actually this is the second time. The first time I tried it was in DC. I ordered all this food. Like we went out drinking that night. And DC party's later than Pittsburgh.
Right.
We got
Yeah, because
home.
it's a bigger city.
We got home at like 3:45, 4 a.m.
Yeah.
So we slept, and my body doesn't let me sleep in. So no matter how much I drink, no matter what time I come in, I'm awake at 7:45 or 8 o'clock at the latest. Sleeping in is 9 o'clock to me. So and I couldn't even do that then. So I woke up before everybody else, and then about an hour after I'm awake, I'm like, "Yo, I'm hungry. There's nothing in this house to eat." I was down at my boy's crib. I was like, "I'm gonna just order a whole bunch of food." So I downloaded Uber Eats. I ordered all this breakfast food, right? All these pancakes, bacon, sausage, oatmeal, fruit. I ordered all this food from this place. I don't even remember what the place was called. And they were like, "Yeah, we'll be there in about 45 to an hour." I'm like, "All right, cool." So about a half hour later, the homies wake up. I'm like, "Yeah, I ordered a whole bunch of food. Yeah, we about to grub." And then they're like, "All right, word." So I check my phone again, and they're like, "Yeah, we canceled your order." I was like, "Oh, why y'all cancel this?"
Right.
I'm calling everybody and their mom. Like I'm calling Uber. I'm calling numbers on Uber that lead just to headquarters. I was pissed. And they're like, "Well, looks like the restaurant canceled the order. Nobody was available to pick up your food." And I was like, "Why, man? I could have went to go get the food. Like, why couldn't
Right.
I called the restaurant. I was like, "What did y'all do with the food?" They're like, "Oh, we already got rid of it." I was like, "Bruh."
What? Hold on, time out. So you paid for all this food because Uber, you got to pay for the shit beforehand, right?
Well, they refunded me.
Okay.
Don't even worry about that. But so this time I tried it today because I was in the office solo today because the bosses were at a conference, and 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 it turned out all right. I ordered some food. It did not come that when it was set when they said it would come because they said it was only going to take 20-25 minutes. It came an hour and a half later, but whatever. I still ate lunch finally around like 3 o'clock. But anyway, that was Uber Eats. So that worked out. I give y'all about a 2 out of 5. Y'all got some work to do.
Oh shit.
I think I had one more thing to say, but I can't remember what it was.
Oh damn.
Whatever. Go ahead.
Yeah. So the wife is questioning whether I should wear my trench coat or my pea coat outside anymore. It it's starting to get a little crazy every time I go outside with this fedora and trench coat.
Uh-oh.
Because once again, we proved that our shit is at random moments. We don't just make this shit up. So anyway, I was on my way downtown. I was going to a seminar because this was one of those seminars to where it was just like, oh yeah, we can help you with your business. Blah, blah, blah. Turned into a cash grab, but that's neither here nor there. I already talked shit for 12 minutes.
That's some pyramid shit?
Yeah, it was some pyramid bullshit. But anyway, I went down to the subway station, and there was this older lady who just came up to me and just said, "You should be ashamed of yourself." Never understand why I should be ashamed of myself even every time I wear this hat and coat, but I'm digressing again. Anyway, so I looked and I said, "What?" She looks up at this little globe that the subway station has at the ceiling, and she says, "Nothing, sir." So I just went, okay, random downtown bullshit, and just kept going on my way.
Right.
I hope you're satisfied that you're selling poison to our people. What? She looks up at the same globe. Nothing, sir.
Oh, wow. So she just assumed you were a drug dealer.
Right.
Okay.
So after the fifth what, because she just kept on like jabbing and jabbing and jabbing. So after the fifth what, the transit police came into the subway station,
Mm-hmm.
and they went, "Ma'am, what's the problem?" And she goes, "Thank God you guys are here. This guy right here is hired by Italians. He is in the Beechwood area, which is an Italian area in Pittsburgh. He is in the Beechwood area selling drugs and actually calling hits on our people, on people that look like us officers."
Oh, wow.
Transit police looked at me and was just like, "I'm sorry, sir, is this true?" I said, "Not in the faintest. No, none of this is true." It's just like, "Well, sir, can you tell me what happened to where this conflict started?" I was just trying to get to a seminar, I swear. And she just kept giving me remarks, and every time I asked her to repeat herself, she just kept looking at the globe and said, "Nothing, sir." And she goes, "What, does he really think I'm stupid? He knows I'm not going to look him to the eye and talk shit a second time. I may be dead right here on this subway station."
Well, I mean, you already technically confronted what you thought could be a drug dealer.
Exactly. And since I'm an employee of the Italian mob, you already confronted me. Why would you do that?
Yeah, that's not very smart on your part.
Right. Wow.
Even though you're wrong, it's not very smart.
Exactly. Wrong assumption, but wrong reaction too.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So the cops looked at it, was just like, "Can I get your ID?" "You sure can." Pulled out my ID. Gotta love how background checks can be done on the internet now, because he pulled out his little tablet.
Oh, yeah. They're super easy to do.
Right.
I do that all the time. That's all I'm going to say.
So he pulls out his tablet, and he just goes ahead and does his little swiping, and he goes, "You're Moses Turner?" I said, "Yes, I am." And he goes, "I don't see nothing here in the state of Pennsylvania that said that you do drugs, that you've killed people, that you've called hits. Nothing here." And she goes, "Of course not, because he's a sly little motherfucker." And I'm just looking like, I'm going to jail this morning.
Yeah, because that's all it takes is an allegation now.
Right. I'm just looking like, damn, I'm going to jail this morning. And And I guess if you Google my name, there's other shit that I didn't know about. And it pulled up the time where I was on the local news about an incident that happened in the back of our apartment.
Oh yeah, I remember I seen that on the news.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh snap, that's Turner.
Oh, man,
and I took the video and sent it to you.
Right, yeah, you did. Oh, I was mad because I did the most boring answers thinking that wasn't going to make air. It did. But anyway, they put my story on the local news and they're just like, yeah, nobody that works for the mob would actually talk like this.
On the news.
Right, on the news. About something that happened at that time. Because, yeah, that's going a little too far if I tell you what it was. So, where are you going? I said, to a seminar. Go to your seminar, sir. So I go, you're letting him get away! You're letting him get away! What? Looks at the globe. Final, nothing, sir. Before I get to the train.
Oh, wow. Some people are crazy, man. Like, I get reporting stuff that looks suspicious, but some of y'all going overboard.
Right. There's a difference between suspicion and paranoia.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Because you can't be paranoid and just calling the cops or reporting like everything that just looks a little strange to you. Like, you have to be legit smart. Think about it. You know what I mean? Like, this person could be a perfectly legit person who's wearing a big coat and a hat and may or may not be selling drugs, but, I mean, you didn't see him do anything. He's just standing there waiting for a bus or whatever, trolley or train or something. People stupid.
Yes, they are. And you can't fix stupid.
You can't fix it. You can't put a Band-Aid on that shit. Stupid is, stupid does, Lieutenant Dan.
Oh, man.
So how about this? I heard that Pittsburgh Popcorn Company is rat infested.
Yeah, I heard about that too.
That's so saddening, man. That place is so great. Like they produce such great things for the world, and come to find out that they have rat droppings in their popcorn machine.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I feel like this. The Pittsburgh Popcorn Company is a chain. They have separate stores. The one you're talking about is in our strip district where there's so many businesses, so many people.
Right.
So the door is open for 30 seconds. If you actually count it, the door is open for like 30 seconds.
Right.
So rats are probably gonna come in. Not to mention you have like a plethora of people coming into that store.
Mm-hmm.
So who knows what these people carry, as opposed to like all the other stores to where not that many people come in as much as that area.
Here's my problem, right? Because once I saw the headline, I was suiting up, putting armor on, helmet, cocking guns and stuff that I don't even got, like ready to come to their defense.
Right.
Pittsburgh Popcorn Company, like, nah, y'all got it wrong. So I read the article, and they're like, man, we found thousands, not hundreds, thousands of rat pellets of shit, not only on the floor, but in the popcorn machine, in the seasoning distributor. So you mean to tell me that people were ordering that amazing gold flavor of Wisconsin cheddar popcorn?
You sure it was Wisconsin cheddar?
That is grinded. All right, because that machine, it sifts the seasoning and spreads it amongst the popcorn, and it creates golden goodness, and it's amazing. And there are rat shit shavings in that popcorn seasoning, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, what happened? Oh man, that hurt my heart. Something serious. And I'm like, oh man. And it was just a strip district store. So So now I'm scared to go to the other locations because are they that negligent that they didn't see thousands and thousands of shit?
See, but like I said, that's where the strip district is. The strip district. A lot of hipsters work there. A lot of hipsters live there. So
At this point, you can't make no excuses, yo.
no, I'm not saying that this is an excuse. It's
All
wrong
right,
is wrong.
I'm just saying, like,
Wrong is wrong. But I'm just giving an actual reason.
I mean, I saw a pebble on my floor in my office and was like, that better not be rat shit. like, nah. And it was a pebble that came off my shoe,
No.
and I'm like, yo,
no, wrong is wrong.
thousands.
I'm just giving a possible reason. I'm not caping for the Pittsburgh Popcorn Company at all.
Well, I was ready to.
Well, I'm caping for the downtown location because they're just delicious. And
man.
they got some clean. I've seen them clean their popcorn machines. So
see, and that kills me. Like, if you clean that machine the way you're supposed to, you will see the shit.
Right.
And when the CDC or whoever the fuck the ADHD or the Allegheny Health Department,
the ACHD, the Allegheny County Health Department,
when they get there, they should not see thousands. They should see like 5 or 6 turds in there. Like,
and you know what's messed up? I did kind of find out that this is gonna fuck with you. The health department, if there's like 5 to 6 pellets of rat shit, it's acceptable.
Which is sad, but I mean, but legislation. I don't know.
Right, but the health department actually says this. And in fact, like if you go to the restaurant, if you find like at least 6 pellets of rat shit, it's an acceptable amount of rat shit to keep your business going.
Well,
to keep your business going.
To that,
and to keep giving that A though.
To that note, I've dealt with, or not dealt with, but I've handled someone's mouse / well, it was a mouse situation where every couple of days they would see some droppings on their counter, like the kitchen counter, and this particular person was scared of mice, scared of rats. And I was like, just put some traps down. Take care of your problem. She's like, I'm not doing that. So I helped her out. I put the traps down. And on right where we found droppings, I put traps down. Down on the floor, put traps down. And in the basement, I put traps down. And within 1 week, caught 4 mice. Pitched them. They were dead. Pitched them. And, we helped. Well, she cleaned up the droppings. Never a problem since.
Right.
So I can understand that little 6 dropping rule because all you got to do is put a couple traps down tonight. By tomorrow, your problem's taken care of.
Right. Now,
then you sanitize everything.
Right.
And then go.
But see, that's the thing that kind of gets me. Yeah, 6 droppings on the floor. Okay, yeah, clean the floor. No, 6 droppings in the food.
Oh, no.
Is an acceptable limit to keep your business running and still get an A.
No, that's hashtag square up. Like, that's... No, we fighting. If I get a bag of your popcorn and I see some droppings in there, I don't care who was on shift at this time. I got my receipt. Who rung me up? Who's this person? Square up.
Now leave a comment in the comment section to prove me wrong. This may not be Allegheny County's health department, but I know health departments do it.
Yeah, that's bullshit. If I see any kind of droppings in any of my food, I want to speak to the manager and the person who sold it to me because they're going to have to fight, and the manager going to get every bit of this anger until I'm calmed down.
Come get these hands.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Now, hold on. Here's my issue. I got to say it. When I was a teenager and I went to go get condoms, I actually knew what condoms were for. Get to sniffing them now.
Fucking snorting in the nostril and out the throat.
Right.
Fuck is wrong with y'all, man?
What the fuck is wrong with you kids?
Noodle, like it was funny to do it with noodles because I've seen that before.
Yeah, I've seen noodles.
Like somebody snort a noodle and then pull it out your throat. Literally, our whole generation has seen Steve-O from Jackass do that with worms.
Right.
Like he's done it with worms. He's done it with fish. Well, no. Fishy, I think he swallowed it
Right.
and then spit it back up, and then the fish was still alive or some shit like that. It was weird, but yeah, y'all, you assholes are snorting condoms, man.
Snorting condoms and eating Tide Pods. What the fuck?
Yeah, just turn that Tide Pod into a smoothie and check out for the rest of your life.
I can't even say I'm scared for the next generation. With the shit that's going on, I don't even think there's gonna be a next generation.
Nah, real shit though. Like on a serious note, those Tide Pods those Tide Pod kids, those are just the ones that are getting the spotlight. There's a lot of talent in this next generation. A lot of talent, because in my day job, I get to interact with a lot of kids, a lot of students. I'm super impressed. These kids are smarter than what I was at their levels.
Oh
like,
yeah,
you know, like their curriculum is much more tighter, much more advanced than what we were. Except the math. I ain't gonna talk about this math, but y'all gotta do something about this goddamn math. But anyway, but these kids are smart, and I'm super impressed with them. I can't even be mad. So, as always, this is Moses Workman.
And this is Moses Turner.
And this is the Moses Podcast.
No biblical shit.
And we out.
Peace.